Hello again, everybody. Scotty P here. Happy Tuesday, coming to you from the DMV. Really happy Tuesday for all Algavision clients and customers. 3-0 yesterday, 3 big wins in Major League Baseball that we're going to do the Algalytics on. We're going to go over those wins, but you can't help but celebrate 3-0, 9 wins in the last 11. It's been a great run. And just remember, a couple weeks ago, there was an 0-3 weekend and a 5-6 week, and we were a little down, a little dejected. I told you to stay the course, follow the plan, use the selections that Algavision gives you on a daily basis. Don't try to chase the money. Don't bet too much. Don't bet too many games. Just stick with it, because over many, many years, the 5 years that I've been tracking the system and many years beyond that, certified, the results that Algavision has gotten 60 to 65% winners over the long term, and an ROI, return on investment, that surpasses many of the options that are out there as far as stock market or other investment opportunities. So hopefully you've stayed the course. You've reaped the benefits, 9-2 in the last 11. But let's take a look at the hockey world right now. Real quick, I got my USA hockey hat on. If I could, I would put on a Canada hockey hat, because I feel like half of Canada is happy, half of Canada is ready to jump off a bridge right now. The Toronto Maple Leafs blew another elimination game. They blew another Game 7 as heavy favorites, losing to the Montreal Canadiens. Congratulations, Montreal. Good luck against Winnipeg. Algavision doesn't give NHL picks. I'm a big fan. I just had to mention again today, Toronto with the just incredible bad luck, incredible results in elimination games and Game 7s. In fact, I'll put on my Caps hat, my Washington Capitals hat, because other than the Leafs, nobody's blown more elimination games than my Caps. But a little empathy for the Toronto fans, I put on the hat. But you know what? We can't be dejected today. We can't be down. I'm sorry, Toronto. Sorry, Maple Leafs. Got to go with the Algavision hat. 9-2 in the last 11, 3-0 yesterday. Taking a look at yesterday, Algavision had the Giants minus 164 over the Angels. Pitching mismatch on paper. Johnny Cueto with an ERA right around 3.5 against Dylan Bundy with an ERA for the Angels of over 6. Bundy was the opening day starter, former #1 draft pick of the Baltimore Orioles, has never lived up to his potential, has struggled this year. Cueto still rounding into form after injuries, struggled a little bit earlier, played with fire, but managed to squeeze his way out of some tough situations and gave us 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 1 strikeout, leaves the game with a 3.4 ERA. The line moved from 135 to 164 in favor of the Giants. On paper, the Giants were the better team. 34-20 on the year, winners of 4 straight games coming in, 24-30 for the Angels. The Giants are a surprise team in the very powerful National League West. They are actually in first place, a half game ahead of the Padres. Algavision comes through with some very reasonable odds in a game that on paper, and I'm sure that the algorithm showed that the Giants were heavy favorites. They came through for us 6-1, the first win of the day. Bundy actually cruised through the first 3 innings and then gave up 2 runs in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, and 1 in the 6th. Their bullpen kind of didn't come in and help him out, let the inherited runners score. In the 7th inning, the Giants just put it out of reach. Without Mike Trout, the perennial MVP candidate, the Angels just struggle offensively. They are 13th in the league in runs scored. It's just tough to come back when your big gun in the middle of your lineup is out and you're facing good pitching. Only 1 reliever needed for the Giants, while San Francisco got pretty deep into the Angels bullpen. That always seems to be a winning formula. Second game of the day, Royals against Pirates. The Royals were a huge minus 192 favorite, up from minus 172 against Pittsburgh. They cruised to the 7-3 win after jumping in front 3-0 early. Again, on paper, a little bit of a pitching mismatch. Cool with a 6+ ERA for Pittsburgh going against Minor with a 4.65 ERA for Kansas City. Cool only went 4 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 5 strikeouts. It was 3-2 when he left. They were still in the game as Minor allowed 5 hits, 2 runs, 7 strikeouts in 6 innings pitched. But the Royals, they just, as a team that isn't that strong offensively, they played small ball. They manufactured runs. The game got to be within 3-2 in the mid-innings, but Kansas City got into that Pittsburgh bullpen and pulled away for the victory. Again, pitching mismatch on paper, and a Pirates team that struggles offensively, 29th in the league in runs scored, 25th in average, 29th in home runs. Meanwhile, the Royals are just 19th in runs scored and 26th in home runs, but 11th in batting average. They used that to their advantage. They got runners on base. They moved guys over. They scored runs any way they could and pulled away from the Pirates, who just did not have the offensive ability to come back in that game. 7-3, another big win for Algavision to make us 2-0 on the day. And then the Mets game, no-brainer. Anytime you can get Jacob deGrom at minus 180, you have to take him. The line actually dropped against the Diamondbacks. who have lost 13 of their last 14 now, but had broken their long losing streak the night before with a big 9-2 win against the Cardinals. The line dropped from 189 to minus 180, even with DeGrom pitching. And part of that is the Mets are dead last in the league in scoring runs, but they got Pete Alonso back. They're rounding into health, and DeGrom, since coming off the disabled list, has been unhittable. He actually helped himself and improved his batting average to 450 with an RBI single in the game. The Mets led 3-0. You're just not coming back against DeGrom under those circumstances. Fairly early in the game, it was 3-0. Again, under minus 200, you have to go with DeGrom. And this matchup against a Diamondbacks team that had lost 13 out of 14 games coming into the contest, just obviously the algorithm was going to be on the Mets and on DeGrom in that game. He gave us 6 innings pitched, 2 hits, no runs, 8 strikeouts. He now has a 0.71 ERA to go along with that 450 batting average. And we know with the way the Mets score runs, DeGrom needs to help himself most nights out. But if they can get him 3 runs, he's not losing. And going against a Diamondbacks team that's one of the weakest in all of baseball, getting that game at minus 180, a huge opportunity. Algavision was all over. 3-0 on the day. Let's celebrate Algavision. What a day. What a week. A quick recap of what went on in the world of sports yesterday. Major League Baseball favorites were 9-5 and are 433 and 339 and 439 on the year, 56.1%. If you're betting favorites, I think I said dogs. Let's start over. Favorites 433 and 439, 9-5 yesterday, 56.1%. The total, the over/under, the unders over/under was 7-7 for the year. Unders are in front, 389 to 381, just 50.5%. That's why there's lots of big buildings in Vegas, right? 50% dead on the money after more than nearly 800 results on the season. NBA favorites were 1-1. How about the Wiz, the Washington Wizards? Stave off elimination, down 3 games to the Sixers. Joel Embiid goes out. The Wizards come through and win as 8.5-point underdogs. The Utah Jazz win again at Memphis, 120 to 113, and cover the spread as minus 5.5 favorites. Overs were 2-0 so far in the playoffs. NBA favorites are 23-9. 23-9 straight up, 21-11, or 66% against the spread. Going zigzag, picking teams that lose to win the next game. 11-13 so far in the NBA playoffs, 46%. The overs are in front over the unders. Overs over the unders, 17, 14, and 1. And of course, in the NHL, the Leafs blow it in Game 7. The Islanders win a huge one in the second round against Boston in overtime to tie that series at 1. If you're curious about Algavision, check it out. The website is up and running. Everything you need to know, www.algavision.com. That's Alga, A-L-G-A, vision.com. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back later in the week. Keep celebrating. Keep following the picks. Keep using the Algavision selections. We're on a roll. Let's keep it up. Good luck, everybody.